Hi guys, and welcome to another Working with Styrene episode. So don't be fooled by the name. This isn't a sort of cheat sheet on getting things done quicker. It's actually literally about cutting corners. Specifically, 90-degree angle corners. It can be a little bit tricky depending on what you're doing and what tools you're using as well. So what I wanted to do is make a quick video and show you the different options you've got for making those perfect corners. So let's take a look down here. So the different tools you've got is your trusty old rule and knife, and we've got a square, and the cutting mat as well is actually very handy in this. So to start off with, I'm going to start off with a piece of plasticard. So as you can see, this isn't quite square, and the way you can tell that, another great use for having the cutting board with the squares on, if you line up like that, then you can easily see here that this bit here isn't 90 degrees. It's not that obvious looking at it like that, but if you could place it down like that, you can definitely see that that edge isn't straight there. Now I have several ways of making straight edges. My old way of doing it is the good old-fashioned way that you're probably taught in school, is to take a rule. If you know that you've got a straight edge here, you can basically take your rule and say you want a piece that's 3 centimeters thick. You go down the one edge, make a nick at 3 centimeters, go down the other edge on the opposite side. So I've already made my nick over here. You go on the opposite side here, make another little nick in the plasticard, and then all you do is you line, you're not going to be able to see this on the camera, but you line it up with the 2 nicks, slit across, and that will get you a square piece, provided that these first 2 corners here are square. So that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is with a square. Now, this one here is quite funky. You need an edge basically to push it up against. So again, you can use your cutting mat, or you can use the corner of a table, whatever you have to hand really. And you jut that up against there, and then you jut your material up against the square. See if I can get this better at this angle. So that juts up against the side of your table or sort of square, and then you put the plasticard up against it, and then that gives you a straight edge here. Of course, you need more of a lip than I've got here to get the rule to rest on the paper. In fact, I've got a little bit of a dip at the back of my table here. If I just take that back, so I can rest that dead on the table like that, and then cut along or draw along that and then cut it later. That is another great way of making right angle corners. Foolproof really. The other way is to spend a load of money and buy a cutting machine. So, for those who haven't seen my old videos, this is the silhouette portrait. If I just take us back to this camera, there we go. Okay, loads of videos on my channel for this, but I'll quickly go through it. Basically what happens is you feed your material in this bottom bit down here, and the machine will pull the material in and out underneath this here, where this blade here goes up and down and cuts whatever shape you've designed really. There's a really handy piece of software which allows you to make any shape you like, freehand draw. You can even take a picture and trace obvious lines on it, and that will cut right angles perfectly if you're willing to snap them on thick plasticard, but it will cut this thin 1/4 mil stuff. That's it really for this episode. Just wanted to go over the basics of how you do it. Again, if anybody's got any other ways of doing it that I'm not aware of, which there probably are, I'm not infallible by any means, stick them in the comments and I will happily revisit this video and add those in. Nothing left to say really, other than if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not happy, give me a thumbs down, and subscribe if you want to see more of the series. Of course, I'm working up quite a bit of a backlog now. back catalogue of these videos, so feel free to jump across and see one of those as well. Right, thanks for watching, guys. Stay well, and I'll see you in the next one.